States of America.
Yes, sir, I have.
Why?
I do not feel safe living in the United States.
You want to come in and sit down?
No, sir, I'd rather not.
You'd rather just be here so you can make a fast exit if you have
As
to.
soon as you and I finish,
You're out
I'm
here.
leaving the country again. Why? Because in a very short time, not today, not tomorrow, but very soon, we'll be facing compulsory vaccination under the mistaken term of voluntary vaccination.
What is it about these vaccinations? You think that they're bad?
Well, first of all, let's start with the fact that the World Health Organization has decided that we have 90% too many people. The World Health Organization has been working since 1974 on vaccines to create permanent sterility.
Doctor, the response is going to be, you're crazy. How can you say this stuff?
They will induce a pandemic. You're going to get the flu. Everybody around us is going to get the flu. Then the United States government, based on their statements that they've already made, will say, oh my, we have a pandemic. What that means is a Holocaust, a genocidal Holocaust. Men and women will sicken and die, and those who survive will be infertile. Let me tell you a story. In 2003, I had a patient in my drug-free medical practice who was a head of state. And one day she said, you know, it's almost time for the great culling to begin.
What?
That's what I said. The what? She said the great culling, C-U-L-L-I-N-G, when you thin the herd. I said, what are you talking about? She said, it's almost time for the useless eaters to be culled. And she said, those are the people who are consuming our renewable natural resources. I said, who are the people who make this decision? She said, we, the aristocrats.
This person you talk to, you're bound because you're a physician and there's the relationship that you can't talk. Is this person a member of the Bilderbergs?
She is not Queen Beatrice. She is not the Queen of England. She is not Henry Kissinger. But she certainly presented herself as a member of that power elite.
We should have free speech, but if you're inciting violence, if you're causing people not to take vaccines, you know, where are those boundaries that even the U.S. Should, you know, have rules? And then if you have rules, you know, what is it? Is there some AI that encodes those rules? Because you have billions of activity, and, you know, if you catch it a day later, the harm is done.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be, because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
And
So
she should not get it?
if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine. If she really has the flu,
she should not get it again.
No, she doesn't need it, because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
Side effects. Do we need safety testing? I mean, and we're taking things that are, you know, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
This is 153 pages of the confidential agreement between Moderna and the U.S. government. And it goes back to 2015. Jason, what was happening in 2015? Frankenstein coronavirus. That's right. The same time Dr. Barrick and Dr. Shi published their paper on the new Frankenstein coronavirus. In fact, let's skip down to page 104. It shows that the NIH and Moderna were collaborating with Dr. Barrick. Wow. His signature is on page 106 of the Material Transfer Agreement. But let's get back up to the top of this specific agreement. The NIH appears to be transferring the mRNA tech to Dr. Barrick. But look what they want to make clear. Quote, mRNA coronavirus vaccine candidates developed and jointly owned by the NIAID and Moderna. I'm sorry. I mean, I've seen ulterior motives before, but usually you see them coming. Did you know that the government co-owns the vaccine? Oh, by the way, this is not part of the Trump's thing. This is not part of that. This is 2015. The same government that is now mandating its use owns the vaccine.
I think an epidemic, either naturally caused or intentionally caused, is the most likely thing to cause, say, 10 million excess deaths. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
We are setting robust and rigorous standards that will aggressively reduce the pollution that is harming people and our planet.
To cover a range of topics of mutual interest, everything from COVID-19 and our efforts to address the global pandemic.
The federal government continues to take aggressive action and proactive steps to address the COVID-19 threat as we attack the health and safety or protect the health and safety of the American people. It remains our top priority.
This matters going forward. We're in a live exercise here. The only way out of this pandemic is the successful rollout of the vaccine. You know, the vaccine is our enemy. Oh, sorry, I'll start again. There we go. You know, the vaccine is our enemy.
Can I say to the Australian community that you should have faith in the vaccines, that you should remember that the consequences of the vaccines are worse than any of the potential side effects.
It's important to get vaccinated, why these vaccines are safe, why they can still kill you even if you are under the age of 27. We need to be clear and direct about our messaging.
But my other message is even one dose of vaccine is worthwhile in improving your likelihood of hospitalisation.
There is more vaccine available, whether it's Moderna, Pfizer or AstraZeneca, choose your poison.
But there are immense logistical challenges. The virus has got to be stored at minus 70 degrees. The virus has got to be stored at minus 70 degrees. Each person needs 2 injections.
Don't forget, these vaccines are unlikely to completely sterilize a population.
A so-called sterilising vaccine because it gives you that full protection.
The Premier said 12 days to do it because after that We will be bringing in virus through the borders in vaccinated people, because we know that once you're vaccinated, you still can get infected and transmit it, but you're very unlikely to get unwell.
An Australian biotech company has developed a new treatment it hopes will prevent people dying from COVID vaccine.
So they are our older people, 70 years of age and older. We know they are just so vulnerable to getting ill and dying from this vaccine, We
know that the people who are dying from this disease,
people dying after their COVID vaccination is exceeding the number of deaths from the virus itself. Taiwan's health authorities say that as of Monday, deaths after vaccination reached 865, while deaths from the virus are at 845. Vaccines currently offered in Taiwan include AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer-BioNTech, and Taiwan's own vaccine, Medigen.
we know that the people who are dying from this disease
is worrying health officials who call mass vaccinations the only path to a return to normalcy. Almost 4 months into the vaccination effort, providers are beginning to run out of people who want to be immunized. Almost 4 months into the vaccination effort, providers are beginning to run out of people who want to be immunized.
Unless you're triple vaxxed, you're not considered fully vaxxed.
Wow.
And that approach, as much as it sucks, is the reality that with the face of these new variants. This is why the sooner we end it, the sooner we can stop dealing with these software upgrade patches that we have to do with our vaccines.
Have your third dose, that booster dose, that is going to significantly improve your protection against this variant. So yesterday we heard a lot of our health ministers out saying, go out and get your variant, go out and get your variant, go out and get your variant.
Choose your poison.
So if it's going to be used, it's better to focus on those groups who have risk of severe disease and death, rather than, as we see, some countries are using to give boosters to kill children, which is not right.
The vaccine, I came up with the vaccine. They said it would take 3 to 5 years, gonna save the world. I recommend you take it, but I also believe in your freedoms 100%. But just so you understand, but it was a great achievement.
The global pandemic.
I appreciate greatly the work done by all the premiers and chief ministers and seeing those national vaccination rates get to where they are. We've got one more state to get through that gate. As it's a bit like, getting the sheep through the gate.
Cows, remember they were going to get rid of all the cows? They stopped that. People didn't like that. Remember? You know why they were going to get rid of all the cows. People will be next. People will be next.
People who are sort of on the edge, not necessarily will I, won't I, they need to go and get their first dose. That's my message today. We're so close to having achieved something quite remarkable. Now we've just got to finish this thing off.
We have a plan. We have the tools. We're using them. We're making progress. We just have to finish the job. Finish the job. So for God's sake, for your own sake, for the sake of your families, get vaccinated.
This is a world pandemic. It's a 1 in 100 year event. So you can expect that we will have transmission from time to time, and that's just the way it is. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. We've got to accept that this is the new world order.
It is both a safe place and a dangerous place. We must treat this new world order, this new world of COVID.
Issue to do with the technology and the digital infrastructure. I just want to emphasize how important I think that is, because in the end you need the data. You need to know who's been vaccinated and who hasn't been. Some of the vaccines that will come on down the line will be multiple shots. So you've got to have, for reasons to do with the healthcare more generally, but certainly for a pandemic or for vaccines, you've got to have a proper digital infrastructure, and many countries don't have that. In fact, most countries don't have